Okay, before we start today's episode, I got a few things I need to say. This is the desktop, and I did take a look at this already. I looked in the files, I looked in mail, I looked in pictures. I set this as my wallpaper because I didn't like the default one. Me and Epicake have decided that we were going to start the side stories today because I think that's what you people want to see, not the original game itself. But we're still going to get to finishing this, but we have unlocked a side story called Trust. And there's two parts to it. One of them is black and white, and I don't know if that black and white means that it's not unlocked yet, but this is what we're going to do today. And this is completely blind. I've never seen any of these side stories. I've played the main game, but I've never seen the side stories. So I'm actually pretty excited for this. And it looks like this one has to do with Sayori, even though I did a poem for Natsuki. So I'm just going to assume that it just unlocks as you do like all 6 poems for all 6 characters. For all 3 characters, Yuri, Natsuki, and Sayori. Without further ado, let's start the Trust side story.
Took too long. Go. Get the wheels going.
Begin the side story, yes. I'm actually excited.
With the sound effects. You should, honestly, you should have just... Never mind. What's with the music?
Wow, that looks nice. Oh, hey, Monica.
Oh, whoa, that kind of surprised me. Okay, everyone. The literature club is starting. Whoa, pre-sequel. Let's all have a seat and take attendance, okay? ... Ugh. I missed the debate club. Who knew it would be so difficult to start a new club? Feel worse with every day that passes without anyone coming in.
How many people are in here right now? It's the whole...
No, nobody. Is this just Monica alone?
I hope not. That'd be kind of sad.
I'm really starting to lose confidence. No, don't lose confidence, girl.
Monica is the only Oh, wow. Monica is the only member of the literature club. In the days that have passed, all of her efforts to recruit new members have been fruitless.
Am I going about this wrong?
Monica glances at one of her flyers. The headline is, "Do you like literature?"
Maybe nobody is into literature enough to pick it over their other club. I can't just rely on people liking literature. I need to sell them on a vision. A vision! What kind of vision?
Monica rests her head on her desk, deep in thought. But before she realizes it, the recent nights of staying up too late start to catch up to her. It's so quiet, and the noise of the air conditioner is soothing. What a sad start.
To the music.
I don't know who this is, but I'll do the question marks. Hello? Is this Sayori? Oh, it is. Oh, it's a remix, actually. Suddenly, a voice causes Monica to snap awake.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I never do this.
Is this a napping club?
No, this is... ...
Monica pauses, suddenly embarrassed to admit that this is, in fact, the literature club.
This is the literature club.
Yay, I thought I got it wrong for a sec.
I'm super sorry. It was like so unprofessional of me to do that.
Don't apologize. I do that all the time.
Oh.
Did I miss the club meeting? Where is everybody?
Well, about that. This is everybody. Whoa!
Really? Just you?
But we are getting more members. I'm working on it. Jesus, I'm working really hard on it.
Hold on a sec. If it's just you,
Dot.
that means I get to be vice president.
I claim vice lord.
Vice Lord, running with the Vice Lords. The Vice Lords don't give a. She gonna learn the hard way.
Wait, vice president? What are your qualifications?
Well, I'm better at napping than you. Maybe I should be president.
Now you're just making fun of me. Oh, I'm about to beat your ass, girl.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me.
What was your name?
Sayori.
Okay, Sayori. I've been trying really hard on this club. I know you caught me at a weird time, but it's really disheartening not to be taken seriously, you know? I care so much about this. I just want to find other people who do too.
Oh no. I'm so sorry. I do care. I promise. I have a hard time being serious, that's all. I didn't mean for it to hurt you. And I was joking about the vice president thing too. I would make a terrible vice president.
I mean, I'm sure that
Monica tries to say something reassuring, but it's difficult when she doesn't know much about Sayori.
I'm sorry that this isn't like a real club yet. Would you still be interested in joining after I've found a few more members, at least?
Well, no. I want to join now.
Really?
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. Besides, I can tell how hard you've been working. You're doing something amazing and you should be proud of it, you know? So let me help you turn something stressful into something fun. If nothing else, I'm good at that, so...
Honestly, how could I possibly say no to that? That's really sweet of you, Sayori. Oh, I'm Monica, by the way.
Monica, that's such a cool name.
Oh, now you're just trying to cheer me up. Oh, goofball.
But you're smiling.
Well, I didn't say it didn't work.
You know what I'm curious about?
What?
At the end of the original game, you know, Monica was like in control of this game, so I'm wondering if she's like writing this story for herself or something.
Whoa!
This really is like something that happened.
Nice theory crafting.
I mean, yeah, she made this game, didn't she? Alright.
Confusing.
Monica glances at the flyer on her desk and realizes that her name is already written on it. So, what do we do first?
Well, it's getting pretty late, isn't it? We can go home and try to come up with some new ideas to recruit club members.
I can do that.
Cool. And I think I need to put more thought into my vision for the club. You know, like a mission.
My mission is to make everyone happy.
Yeah, something like that. I need to think about it.
Hey, do you like hugs?
I guess so.
Sayori suddenly pulls Monica into a friendly
What?
hug. Then
What the-
let's go.
What the?
Is that what
I
you
have
do?
never done that before. What?
Yeah, I'm not really a big hugger too, but I
If
can
I were to
I
hug
can see
someone
it.
randomly like that, let me tell you, there will be charges pressed.
Yeah, some people will greet each other with hugs. Only if it's like a friendly hug though, which it says here, so I'm okay with it. Some people can just really use a hug sometimes. Besides, Sayori whispers loudly, hug energy is what keeps me at my best.
Hug energy?
Monica laughs. Although Sayori is very different from her, Monica feels her spirits have lifted. Maybe it's just because she finally found another club member. But,
Well, I'm looking forward to tomorrow then. It'll be fun.
yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna think really hard tonight about how to get more people.
Yeah, me too.
Is this gonna go into how all the other characters meet? Or is this, I think this is just Sayori.
The pre-sequel.
A day passes, and the time comes for the literature club, Monica and Sayori, to reconvene. As president, Monica ensures that she's the first to arrive to the club room. But she finds herself waiting longer than expected for Sayori.
Been 10 minutes already. Maybe Sayori changed her mind about joining. No, that can't be. She was so excited yesterday. But I'm getting kind of worried.
Suddenly, Sayori comes bounding through the door. In her hand, she's holding a sheet of paper. Sorry, I'm late. I'm here.
Okay, welcome back.
And Sayori spins over to Monica and deposits the sheet onto Monica's desk.
Oh? What is this?
Oh. Take my hand. Take my hand. Take me forward. Take me to your dreamland. Caution me to watch my step, so I can't look back at my footprints. Climb the stairs ahead of me while I look up to you. The more I look forward, the more I look up, the more I can lend to you. If you can trust me to follow your pace, I'll trust you to go set it. If you can trust me to lend you a smile, I'll trust you to return it. Take my hand, take me forward. Take me to your dreamland. Impressive poem.
This is really good. You wrote this, Sayori?
Of course. Wait, no, that's the wrong side of the paper.
Huh?
I wasn't ready to share that yet. I'm so embarrassed. Monica flips over the paper written on the other side. Oh wait, that's one sentence. Monica flips over the paper. Written on the other side is a list of ideas for recruiting new club members.
Oh, so this is what you meant to show me. I'm curious now. Do you write poetry often?
I do, but I'm sure I'm not going anywhere. Or, going anywhere, really? I'm sure I'm not anywhere near as good at it as you are.
Really? I'm actually terrible at writing poetry. I've never written anything I was happy with. Like, I always read it again after... Oh my god. Like, I always read it again the week after I write it. And I'm like, wow, this is so stupid. I don't know. It's like the dramatic version of me doesn't agree with the person I want myself to be. Or something like that.
Aww, you should have more confidence in yourself. You're the literature club president.
I guess you're not wrong there. I need to set a good example or whatever. You know, I can envision the club doing something like that.
Doing what?
You know, like sharing poems we write and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I would love that. It's such a good way to learn about other people, you know? It's like we have so many emotions that we can't express to other people usually. But you can when it's a poem, right?
Yeah! I think that helping me form a more cohesive vision for the club. So I'm glad you showed me. Well, even though it was by accident.
Me too. I felt embarrassed at first, but now it feels kind of good that someone else read it. I'll try to show you more of them in the future.
I'd love that. Oh geez, I'm getting distracted. Do you want to go over this recruitment brainstorm together?
My brain stormed so hard, it was like a brain hurricane. My brain is a natural disaster. She's not really lying about that. I remember that she is depressed in the main game.
Sayori, that's terrible. Anyways, let's take a look at the list. ... Make cupcakes.
I was hungry, but it's a good idea, isn't it?
Let me think about this. I mean, when would we have the chance to give people cupcakes?
You know, like when they come into the club. What if we said we had free cupcakes on the flyers?
I'm kind of worried that would bring in the wrong kind of people, you know?
Wrong kinds?
People would just come for the cupcakes and leave.
Oh, nobody would do that. That would be mean.
But you know, I want to find people who are really interested. Not I say interested, but you know, I want to find people who are really into literature. Even if they don't know it yet. Let's see. The next thing on the list. Offer more people reading books. I don't think I get it.
Like going around the school and finding people who are reading books, you know? Like in the morning or during lunch. And we tell them to check out the literature club.
Well, the problem with that is wouldn't most people reading books just be doing it for an assignment or something? How would we know if they are just reading for fun?
Well, we could ask them, but then we'd be bothering people who are trying to do schoolwork. I didn't think about that part, I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. You're coming up with a lot more things than I can. Oh, your next idea is to hand out flyers, rather than just putting them up on the wall. I'd definitely like to start doing that.
I'm useful.
I never said you weren't. I just need to think, what would we tell people when handing them out? I don't want to be just like, join the literature club. Let's figure out how we can better engage people.
What if you told them about the club activities and stuff?
What club activities? Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be my job to come up with that, right? A vision for the club. Okay, Sayori, pretend you're a normal person for a second. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. Whoa!
Haha!
You know, like a random passerby who's getting a flyer. How would you react to the idea of a literature club?
Probably like, literature is stupid. I'm joining the anime club.
What the heck?
Ha, sorry, I was just thinking of a friend of mine. Oh, she was thinking of us, she was thinking of Nasco's.
What if I said that we, like, do a group reading and discuss it together?
I would probably nap through that.
That's you, Sayori.
Yeah, but that doesn't really sound fun to most people anyway. We need to really catch their interest, you know?
That sucks. Why is this so hard?
Monica, don't be sad.
What do you like about literature, Sayori?
Me? Well, kind of what I said about the poem earlier. I think it gives you the chance to express yourself. Like, express yourself in ways you can't normally do when you're just doing your normal day and talking to your friends. I mean, we all have so many thoughts and feelings that we just don't get to share, you know? It's like, intimate.
Yeah. How do we get that across to people? We could be like, express your true self.
Be intimate with us.
Okay, that's kind of...
I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh.
What? What is it?
I forgot all of my things in my classroom. I must have gotten too excited and rushed here. Silly me. That's why you're 10 minutes late, right?
But we weren't... never mind. Do you want me to get your stuff done?
I'll forget if I don't do it now.
Well, I'll wait for you then.
Okay, it'll only take a second. Sayori dashes out of the room, leaving Monica momentarily alone. Monica sighs and starts jotting her thoughts on a sheet of paper.
Rest yourself. Be who you want to be. Make new friends. ... Discover a new you. Discover your heart. No. Write your heart out. No. Right into your heart. Right the way into your heart.
Oh, is this her practicing the song at the end of the game?
No,
I don't know if you remember that. Right the way into his heart. Remember that part?
No. I gotta
But
listen.
in this world of infinite choices, what will it take just to find? Remember that song? I remember it clear as day.
How do you... Well, I didn't finish the game myself, so that's probably not why I don't remember it. Join the literature club. Right the way into your heart. ... Wow, that's lame.
Yeah, you just gotta add a his into that sentence. Monica.
What the hell? You startled me.
Sorry, but it's something important. On the way to my classroom, there was a girl reading a book.
Reading a book?
Let's hurry and recruit her.
Wait, are you sure she's just not doing homework?
I could tell she was really into it. She's talking about you, isn't she?
Well, I guess we could take a look.
Monica grabs one of her flyers and stands up from her desk. Then the two depart the classroom with Sayori leading the way. I can just imagine them walking with their huge socks. Monica has black socks and their short skirts. It's just so weird to me. I don't know if Japan is really like this. This way.
This school policy is disturbing. You don't have to run.
Sayori leads Monica over to a particular classroom, then lowers her voice to a whisper. See? In here. Monica peers through the window. Sure enough, there's a girl sitting alone, intently reading a book.
I feel like a creep doing this.
You should go inside and talk to her.
Me?
You're the president, and I would probably scare her anyway.
Okay, fine. Do it. Shh, there's a car.
Monica takes a deep breath, then timidly enters the classroom. That was fast.
Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed.
Why? What happened?
Well, I entered the classroom and she didn't even look up from her book.
Yeah, it's definitely Yohi. Remember when she buries her head into the book?
And I can't relate to that. That's never happened to me. So I can just left the flyer on her desk and then walked out.
Haha, that's kind of cute.
Dot, dot.
But I'm sure she'll see it and want to join the club.
I hope so. Shall we head back now?
The two head back to the club room, Sayori feeling rather accomplished and Monica still feeling a bit embarrassed by the encounter. I guess if you were reading a book, it could be you could be really into it, and I guess you would be in your little world and you won't notice what's around you. Kind of like playing games, but I can't relate to that because I never got into books.
It's probably because the school has just scarred us. Straight up scarred us. We have PTSD when we read a book.
Upon returning, Monica and Sayori resume their strategy meeting. They discuss various different kinds of recruitment tactics, from professional to silly. After going through Sayori's list and with Monica coming up with ideas of her own, the two end in a better spot than where they began.
Could say today was pretty productive, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we're starting to make progress. I can't wait to get some new members. Hey, what's this? Sayori peers at the sheet of paper Monica was jotting at earlier.
Oh, don't mind that. I was just thinking to myself.
I was writing my own song. Join the literature club. Right away into his heart. I can't help but not say his. Okay, right the way into your heart. That's so cute.
I don't know how to do her laugh. How would she sound?
Go like ha 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 like that, I guess.
Which is with an A or whatever.
Yeah, ha 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 like that.
Maybe it's an awkward laugh. I thought it was a little over dramatic.
But Sayori pauses and thinks for a moment. You know, I don't think you give yourself enough credit.
What? What do you mean?
Like, I don't know, I feel like I can tell from talking to you today. It seems like you're always afraid of doing something wrong.
Yeah, but...
Would you call yourself a perfectionist?
Yeah, I definitely am.
I'm a completionist.
I don't know what I am. Clown, how about that?
I always 100% my games when I play them. Well, not always. Skyrim was one I couldn't do. It took too long.
I mean, I always had an idea in my head of how I want things to go. And it's like, I can't accept anything less than that.
Oh, actually, you know what? I can relate to that with recording, honestly. Like, I wish I had a webcam to record my face. I wish I had a better workspace because of the echo.
The thing is,
you know what? I think I can relate to Monica.
I feel like if you go the perfectionist route, you'll never ever come out with anything.
Yeah, I know. So that's why I'm starting to accept now that my quality isn't going to be the best. I remember when the video quality of our older videos was like so trash, and it was all because of the bitrate and also the YouTube
VPO9 or like ABC. But I think in the end, it helps me to try my hardest at everything. I don't think it's that bad. Like with this club, we have such an opportunity to make it into exactly what we envision it. But it feels like we only have one shot at it. So I'm really afraid of deviating from that. The vision.
What's the vision?
It's...
Monica pauses to think, then shakes her head to herself. She sighs.
I don't know. I just want everyone to...
Monica trails off. Smiling, Sayori taps her finger against a sheet of paper. Right the way into... Wait, who's saying this? Right the way into your heart. I think what you're trying to do is to make the club that you need the most out of everyone. Well, you're the one who knows yourself best, of course, but I'm here to help you. Monica returns Sayori's smile.
Sort of amazing how kind you are. We're really gonna make the best club. We're really gonna make this the best club ever.
Sayori nods, and the two remain silent for a moment, lost in thought. The only sound is the steady whisper of the air conditioner. Hey, look at that. And the only movement is the afternoon sunlight trickling its way in and out of the moving clouds. Sayori breaks the moment with a big yawn.
Time to go home?
You tell me. You're the president.
In that case, today's meeting is officially over. I'll look forward to tomorrow.
Me too. Sayori beams and grabs her things.
You can go ahead. You could go on ahead. I need a few minutes still.
I need to think about how to kill you guys once my boyfriend comes here.
Let me jot it down. Let me write it down. Let me write a few ideas down.
Oh, I can wait.
That's alright. I just want some alone time.
In that case... Sayori waves enthusiastically at Monica. Good luck. Monica smiles and waves in return as Sayori spins her way out of the clubroom. All alone, she sighs to herself and takes a minute to zone out. She wasn't prepared for the self-reflection encouraged by Sayori, but she decides it was something she probably needed right now.
Club that I need the most. Don't get it. I just wanted to start a club with more passion. Something that I could use to help lead people to happiness. Literature is the key to that. Because it's a window to the real person inside of us. Underneath the person who's forced to always smile and blend in. Person who's forced to be perfect.
That was some good ass time. My dad sneezed and then Monica's like, Monica suddenly notices a folder on the floor by her desk.
Did Sayori leave this behind? I hope it doesn't have her homework in it.
Worried, Monica opens the folder to check. I'm loving this new soundtrack, by the way. It's so fitting. It's so perfect, I think. I love it.
Poems.
It's a folder of poems. Become the flower. A feeling of joy is a flower plucked from the ground. The color, the scent, it's so pretty in my hair. Every day I pluck some flowers as though they grew just for me. A lifetime of peace and nourishment, yanked away in an instant. All for me, all for joy. I need more joy. I need more happy. Pluck, 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 every day. Pluck, 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 so pretty in my hair. Pluck, 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 you're going to die. And you too. Jesus. Beneath my feet, a flower stands alone. It beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends? I look in every direction, and the field I stand in, the prosperous field, is a barren wasteland, the fruits of my labor, the carnage of my joy. And that is why I've decided I must become the flower.
Okay.
Damn.
Sayori, you got some...
She's got crippling depression.
She's got some deep poems, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
What the... Wait. Sayori? And...
Did Monica know about... Whoa. Oh, I guess that was the end of the side story. Can I play the second one? Oh, yes, I can. Okay, I'm actually kind of interested. Hold on. Did I unlock new pictures? Oh, look at that. That's the new art. Look, at least the black socks are like less reflective, I guess, than the original. I also got one for Sayori. Look at the black socks here. Look how reflective they are. Anything else unlocked?
Nice
This is-
classroom. Wow.
This is some really good.
Good art.
Yeah. All right. And then music. Yeah, these are the new soundtracks we got. Pretty cool. I'm into it. How about you?
Finished. Oh, I dropped my water bottle. I'm so good.
Did you spill water?
No.
All right, let's start the next one.
I have a cap.
Another day passes in a flash, and it's already time for the next club meeting. Although Monica should have come up with a plan for today's club tasks, she hasn't been able to shake her guilt and anxiety after reading Sayori's poem.
So stupid. How did I let myself be the center of attention? Sayori is going through these kind of feelings. I'm letting her comfort me instead of the other way around. What kind of club president does that? This whole time, I didn't think about asking her about her own feelings. So much for a stupid vision.
Sayori enters the club room with her usual smile. But upon seeing the downcast Monica, her smile quickly fades into an expression of concern. Monica? Is everything okay?
I'm really sorry. I'm such a terrible friend.
Huh? What are you talking about? You're an amazing friend. Monica shakes her head.
I made this all about myself. Even you said so yesterday. You told me that I'm trying to make the club that I need the most, right? But my problems are so trivial compared to yours.
Sayori responds quietly. What are you talking about? But as she says that, her face darkens. Through the silence, Sayori mutters her realization. I left my folder here. Monica stares blankly ahead, unable to come up with a response. I wasn't ready to share those. Now you're worrying about me. I don't want that.
But why? We're friends, right?
Wordlessly, Sayori nods.
Friends look out for each other. I want to be here for you as much as you're here for me.
Another long moment passes in silence. The air is incredibly heavy. This is different.
Oh.
It wasn't just about you yesterday. It was about the club.
Ooh.
Besides, things were so happy yesterday. You don't need to do this all of a sudden. I don't want it. I like happy. So, if you do this, then you're just being selfish. Monica massages her forehead, struggling through the frustration of such a paradox. It's understandable that Sayori isn't ready to share certain things, but as unfair as it is for Monica to pry, it's also painful for Monica to force herself to ignore the needs of her friend.
I'm sorry I looked. Disrespected your privacy.
No, I don't blame you for looking. You would have at least needed to check it if it was mine.
Yeah.
Monica takes a deep breath.
Okay. I understand that you don't want me to worry. And I'll be able to put this aside so we can move on. But can you promise me something?
Promise you what? Monica pauses to collect her thoughts.
This is the Literature Club. It's a place where people can express themselves in a way that life normally doesn't allow them to. That's the vision. In fact, it's our vision. Right the way into your heart, or whatever. So I want you to promise me that you'll remember this. You'll remember that too. It doesn't have to be right now, but I want to be here for you when you need it. I want us to be ourselves like that.
Sayori smiles gently. I'll promise if you promise. Unable to help it, Monica returns Sayori's smile.
I promise.
Me too. As the conversation closes, the mood in the room is lifted. With that behind them, it's time to proceed with the club activities.
So, want to teach me about poetry?
Huh? But what about recruitment?
It's fine. We have plenty of time for that. But right now, I feel like I want to do this. I mean, I do have to fulfill my end of the promise, you know?
Hehe, there's no way I could say no to that. Just don't expect much. I do a lot of writing, but it's not like I'm a scholar or anything.
Fine. I think I just need, like, some motivation. I never know where to start when it comes to writing poems.
Starting this isn't so hard. You kinda just need to write down your feelings and see where it takes you.
Yeah, but wouldn't that come out? That wouldn't come out any good.
It's not supposed to. You're gonna have to fight your perfectionist mind on this one. You can just start by writing your feelings and see what kinds of things it makes you think of. And then you can turn your feelings into a little story. You can get your feelings down first and then make it sound pretty later. It's not like building a railroad where you go from one end to the other. It's more like a college, where you find all the things you want to put in and then you arrange them in a pretty way. At least that's how I do it. It's not like it's the only way, but it's a really good way to not get stuck right at the beginning.
I understand. Yeah, I always get caught up on how it sounds that I forget about what's actually important.
Monica pulls out a pen and paper to start writing on.
Stop being a perfectionist. You idiot. I'm just kidding.
Monica scribbles out, "You idiot," after she writes it down. No, keep it!
What? Why? Are you calling me an idiot?
Of course not. But the point is that you're not supposed to police your feelings, right? Be as dramatic as you want.
But I was just... Well, yeah.
Underneath the scribble, Monica rewrites, "You idiot." She stares at the paper. Her words stare back at her.
Kinda funny how I wrote down what I'm mad at myself for. And then I did exactly the same thing anyways. It's the same thing? Why? This is gonna take some time to get used to.
I believe in you.
Thanks. I do too. Me, I mean. But you also, of course.
Hehe. Monica continues the exercise, jotting down her thoughts. It's surprisingly quiet, a struggle to write without overthinking it. But after a while, with Sayori's guidance and encouragement, Monica's sheet of paper begins to look fairly lively, peppered with all of her random thoughts.
Phew.
Monica looks up and down at her sheet.
I feel so tense looking at this. I hate it. It's also kind of liberating.
I can tell how hard you're trying. It makes me happy. I think you'll be good at writing poems.
Don't give me too much credit. I'd have to try really, really hard at it. But I think it's something that I'll enjoy doing. With you.
Sayori beams.
I'll stop here. We still have some time. Let's try to work on a new flyer for the club. I won't be so picky about the language.
Yay, let's do it! Monica and Sayori proceed with their work. With each passing day, the two of them become more confident in the club. So they become really good friends. And yet, Monica messes with Sayori's head and basically drives her to kill herself. And she even says, "You left your friend hanging." I remember that. That was cold. Monica becomes really cold. Not simply for the Not simply for the recruitment of planning, but from their vision as well. As their bond strengthens, so does the essence of the literature club. Finally, they begin to truly feel it's only a matter of time before they find more members.
Trying to get that subscriber count up, I see.
Another day passes. As usual, Monica is the first one to the club room. With her is a printout of the revised literature club flyer, complete with all the new ideas Monica and Sayori came up with.
If only there was If only there was the flyer that we gave to the one. I need to reread that. If only this was the flyer we gave to that one reading girl on the other day. So much more attractive than the older one. But
The new catchphrase is featured clearly in the center of the flyer. Write the way into your heart. Surely common sense would say that one writes from the heart, not into the heart. But the message being delivered is that one can use writing to discover themselves. Hopefully, Monica and Sayori had thought that it would be enough to garner some curiosity from students.
why do I feel so tense looking at this?
Monica thinks back to the previous meeting when she performed the writing exercise.
Was I always this bad at expressing myself? How am I supposed to be president if I can't even demonstrate what club this is supposed to be about?
The literature club is truly beginning to take form. But with that, the weight on Monica's shoulders only becomes heavier. Debate club was always about rigid structure, formulating airtight points and counterpoints and delivering them with conviction. It was about the person on the outside. That's why Monica was so good at it. It existed entirely within her realm of comfort.
It's suffocating. I need to break through this mental wall. I need to learn to express myself. For real.
Monica pulls out a sheet of paper and grabs her pen. She presses the tip of the pen firmly against the paper. But her hand doesn't move. Instead, a tiny blot of ink collects around the tip of her pen. Monica lifts her pen and stares at the little blotch. For some reason, she feels compelled to run her finger across it. As she does so, the black ink smears across the paper, ruining Monica's canvas.
Ugh.
Out of spite for herself, Monica presses her pen down once again, letting the ink collect. She creates a second smear on the paper.
Come on, Monica. Just move your hand.
Monica writes.
Should I read this?
Go for it.
This is what I get for seeking perfection. A stain.
Monica slides the paper away from her and puts her head down on the desk.
Art block.
The air conditioner seems louder today. I'm here.
Hi.
Monica hears Sayori approach her desk, then stop for a second, probably reading the piece of paper. Then she sits down in the adjacent desk. Bad day?
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
You too.
The new flyer looks so good. You've been working so hard. On the club, but also something else, I think.
Can't do it. I'm sorry. It's just so hard to just be vulnerable.
Sayori takes the sheet of paper from Monica's desk. She writes something down, then stares at it for a while. Can I trust you?
Of course. You can trust me with anything.
Sayori gazes at Monica with sadness in her eyes. Understanding the signal, Monica takes the paper from Sayori's desk and reads it. Oh my god.
Oh my lord.
Sometimes I want to die. And the music, there's not even any music. That's like, that, you know how powerful that is when you remove the music from like a scene?
Sayori.
This is really, really hard for me. Her voice shakes. So if I can do it, then you can too. Because you're like a million times better than me.
Completely not true.
Sayori takes a deep breath, trying to steady herself. That's something about me that I've never told anyone before. Even now, my head is like screaming at me to stop.
Wait, you don't have to force yourself. I mean, just because of the promise yesterday.
I want to. it just feels right. I mean, maybe it's part of the reason I came to this club in the first place. This is the literature club. I trust you more than I'm scared. At those words, Monica stands up. Sayori must have taken days to work up the courage for this. Were Monica's own futile but genuine efforts actually the push that Sayori needed? Sayori's deliberate breaths can be heard over the air conditioner. As she prepares herself to continue, Monica waits in gentle silence. I have this problem where I get really upset when people worry too much about me. I can't control it. It's like, why waste your energy worrying about me when you can just be happy instead? So I never tell anyone about these kinds of thoughts I have. It's so much easier to just smile and help everyone else be happy.
That
Terrible. That's what Monica wants to say, but she stops herself in fear of saying the wrong thing. It's just that if everyone knew about it, they wouldn't treat me as the same, and they wouldn't treat me the same no more. Like, whenever I'm not smiling, everyone would worry about me and ask me what's wrong. I know that because it used to be like that. Sayori pauses, seeming to recall something in the past. I just want everyone to be happy. That's the most important thing to me. And letting people look inside my head doesn't bring happiness to anyone. Sayori pauses again, her solemn expression making her look almost like an entirely different person.
How did you find the courage to tell me this? You're not worried that I'll be one of those people too?
I am worried. Part of me really hates myself for doing this. But another part of me, I think, just felt like you would be different this time. Whenever we talk about what the club is supposed to mean, I kept feeling like it was the right thing for me to do. Especially after you've been trying so hard to express yourself too. It just made me feel like I could say it in confidence, and our friendship doesn't have to change. It's so silly. The club is only 2 people, but it already means this much to me. Monica feels a tightening sensation in her heart, a feeling of connection as Sayori's emotions radiate between them.
Me too. I was so lost until you showed up. You're so brave, Sayori. You're so strong and brave. I don't even compare.
Monica steps forward.
But if nothing else, I can at least offer you some hug energy. If you like.
Oh, this is so beautiful.
That new art.
This is amazing. Wordlessly, and without a smile, Sayori rests her forehead on Monica's shoulder. Through their contact, Monica can almost feel a torrent of thoughts swimming in Sayori's head. And in this moment, enchanted by the air of the club, Monica realizes that all of the days that have passed, this is the one where she really hopes that nobody new walks through the door. She speaks softly.
Like the sweetest girl I've ever met.
So Monica knew about Sayori's depression all this time. It's nuts.
You can say anything. I'll never judge you. I promise.
Sayori's breath begins to quiver. She takes several deep breaths, trying as hard as she can to start speaking, to say the things she's never once dared to say out loud. Finally, she speaks in a choked voice. I'm so worthless. I'm worthless and everyone would be better off without me. She suppresses a sob as a tear falls down her cheek. I'm just an inconvenience to everyone. I'm not good at anything. It just feels like everyone just has to put up with me, and I hate it. I hate it. The more Sayori speaks, the more she fails to control her voice, falling victim to the overwhelming sadness clutching at her throat and chest. I don't want to have these thoughts. I want them to go away. And now I'm making you put up with me, and I just want to die. As soon as Sayori loses her composure, Monica becomes determined to keep her own. I just keep thinking back to when she dies. This is like making it even sadder now. This is like so emotional. I can definitely feel it. She only wants to be what Sayori needs right now, so she won't let any sadness show. Her voice comes through as soft and gentle.
Isn't putting up with you. It's just being your friend.
Monica offers a few words of comfort, but she knows, Sayori said it herself, that the thoughts Sayori experiences are the ones that don't belong, and Monica can't magically make them go away. The most she can do is help Sayori battle them, like any good friend would do.
You have so much value to me and your other friends too. This club wouldn't be the same without you. I really, really mean that. You coming here was the best thing that could have happened. Even if I never got any other members, I would still be happy. That's what you brought here. You brought us vision. You also brought us happiness. Let me reread that.
No, you got it, Keep going.
And that's your favorite thing to do, right?
Sayori doesn't respond, but Monica feels her gently nod. No more words are needed between them. Very nice. The two share their embrace for a while longer, Monica letting go of Sayori take as much time as she needs. Once her breathing steadies and her sniffles fully cease, Sayori lifts her head and wipes her eyes. Very, very awesome. I love this. I guess I needed that. Some days are harder than others.
I'm here whenever you need me. But any other time, I'll make sure that things are the way they usually are. If that's what makes you happy.
Thanks. You're the best.
No, you are.
The two exchange smiles.
You know, I'm sorry to bring this up all of a sudden, but have you considered talking to a professional?
Sayori nods. It's scary, since it's already so hard to tell people.
Yeah. Well, of course it'll always be your choice, but if you're ever looking to find courage for it, I'll do my best to help you.
Thanks. I think it helps knowing that you would. Sayori suddenly yawns and stretches. Wow, that made me tired. And hungry.
Well, I won't make you do any work today if you're not up for it.
No, I want to. I mean, I could say that it's definitely one of the things that makes me happy. Monica smiles. But I might want to get a snack first. All of a sudden, the sound of the door causes the two of them to turn their heads. The door opens halfway, then stops. A face peeks inside. A face that seems familiar. Oh, don't tell me it ends there. No, it ended there. God damn it. I was really into that. Damn. Damn, that was so good. Are you kidding me?
Face peeks in. It's Yuri.
It's probably Yuri. Or it could be Natsuki. I don't know. It could be any
She would
one of them.
slam the door open. She wouldn't peek.
Dude, look at this picture. That's so good. It looks so nice. Anything else?
And that's what happens when you enter restricted area.
Yeah, it's so sad that she ends up dying because of Monica. It's so
You
such a huge.
honestly, you should put
It's
a
such a
spoiler
huge.
warning, just in case no one has. I don't think there's.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. I should put a spoiler.
Probably put a spoiler warning.
Yeah.
Even though I doubt no one has ever watched Doki Doki, you still should, just in case.
Yeah, I'll put a spoiler warning in. I know it's the end of the video, and I'm saying it right now, but I'll make sure to
Spoiler
edit
warning,
in.
guys. Spoiler warning.
Yes, I'll make sure to edit in a spoiler warning at the beginning of the video, and also for the next, and probably the other parts too. But man, it's so I'm just thinking of the original game now. I'm just so sad. It's like a huge betrayal with what Monica did, basically. Does she realize that that she knows that this is a game, or does she not realize that yet? I don't know.
When does she even realize that? How do you realize that? It's like
I don't know.
walking through life and IRL life, and then you're like, oh, we're in the Matrix. I'm gonna just start killing everybody.
It's so it's so unique. It's just no other game has done this before, and I think that's what really got my attention with this. But I'm loving this so far. That side story was amazing. I cannot wait to see Yuri's and Natsuki's. But before we do that, we gotta play the main game first, and do more poems. Man, so good, so amazing. Dan Salvato, Forge. I forgot the other developer's name or publisher. Great job. That's some good and that's some deep writing right there. Definitely got me in the feels. And that picture, let me see that again. Oh yeah, did I get any mail? Oh, no mail. Files? No, nothing different. Let me look at that picture again. That picture. So So good, so amazing. Look at that.
They be sharing some deep feelings for knowing each other for just
Right.
3
Yeah,
days.
there you go. I can put it in full screen. Yeah, I'm loving it so far. Alright, it's 3 p.m. It's funny. As you guys could see the time of recording this. But I hope you guys enjoyed that, because I sure did. And I'll see you guys in the next part, where we continue Doki Doki, and we're gonna still go after Natsuki, and yeah, we'll do that. And then once we unlock the next side story, we'll play that as soon as it's available. But thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.
What was that outro? Sound like you were telling me a secret.